Hello there everybody, I'm Wattles and welcome back to the Minecraft Guide, episode 4 now. In episode 3 we talked about sheep farming and cow farming, and in this episode it is indeed Minecraft 1.14. Now of course I've been in the 1.14 update this whole time, I'm not fooling anybody, but what I haven't done is really dive into any of the new blocks. So I think it's time that we do that and take an in-depth look at one of the new blocks that came in the 1.14 update. I think that should be a fun plan. Yes, I absolutely should be doing early game stuff, but that's too normal. So we're switching gears today. But in between episodes, I did a little bit more terraforming, and I did go mine just a small amount. I have some iron ready. But yeah, what do you think? Do you like the berry bushes all over the mountain, or is that not a hot look? Tell me what you think down below. And yeah, after our incident, I got paranoid and put torches all over the mountain too, so we should be safe. First off, we need to change our bed. The white bed is just dirty, old, not cool looking. So it's time for a blue bed. I think the blue bed looks really nice, and it matches the blue flowers, and of course, our blue cow pen over there. Now, the focus of today's episode will be the cartography table, but also a farm. I've been having a lot of nightmares lately about eating berries forever. So, you know, I really don't want to have to eat berries forever. The dreams aren't good. I really don't want to get into them. They're very violent memories, and they're recent and everything, so I won't get into the nightmares, but basically, nightmares about eating berries the whole time I'm in this world, and I don't like that idea. So we need to, of course, expand our wheat farm, which is what I'm doing right now. If we can't farm wheat, then we can't farm cows. And if we can't farm cows, then we eat berries forever. And did I say that I don't want to do that? I'd like to get rid of all of the berries and yeah, move over to cow or beef as soon as possible. I think this would be the best spot for a new farm. Probably the best use of our land over here. I don't know if we'll stay by the mountain forever, but yep, I think that should be good. But with all of that being said, I do want to farm berries still. So we'll do a row there, and I have an idea that could look cool. And then I think another row over here would look nice. So we'll go, maybe I'll pull this out, pull that out, and go, I guess from here all the way down to like that. That should be good. There also is this fancy block that I stole from the village yesterday that we never got around to talking about, and unfortunately we won't really get around to really talking about the block today, but we will put it in. The block that I'm talking about, of course, is the composter that I just placed it down, but yeah, so we'll talk about that a little bit later on when we can actually use it. Now for the berries, I think something like this would look really, really nice. This is, of course, stemming off of Bacon Potatoes' idea from last episode that we talked about. And yeah, I think that will, oh no. Where's the captain? There's meant to be a captain with the patrol, but the captain doesn't seem to exist. Well, I guess they're not causing any harm, so we can ignore them. But, yeah, I think I'd like to cover the berries just like this. And then, of course, I need to plant all of the wheat seeds that I have over here now. So I only have, well, I actually have about a stack. That's actually pretty good. And that means with all of the wheat being planted over here, I can begin to actually farm some of the other things that we have. The other things, of course, are carrots and potatoes. So we'll place potatoes and then carrots, and slowly this whole farm will turn into a potato or a carrot farm, at least for now. So that's all good. Now I think it's time to start talking about that new table. So, the new table. The new table is known as the Cartography Table. This table is used for map making. I think the table looks really nice for the most part, but I do have a pretty big complaint about it. So here's the nice side, and then, of course, here's the other side. Yep, that's kind of boring over there, and that's my complaint. I'm not a big fan of this whole blank thing, but I guess it kind of is what it is. Now, we need to put the table somewhere, and I think, based off of the rotation, this would be a good spot right here, because then, of course, we get this little globe thing, and that's all kind of cool. Now, the cartography table is tied to the cartographer villager profession. The whole villager revamp thing is a thing, and we can use the table to... I guess not. But we can use the table to expand and duplicate and lock maps, but not create maps. So I think we should start with this map, and I should fill the map in. So we need to go up this way, which is not towards the patrol. Is that... Yeah, they're... That's really weird. They're all just kind of lingering there. I wonder why. But anyways, we can duplicate a map in this table, which we actually will do. So if we place our map that we just filled in and then a blank map, we can go ahead and clone the map. So now we have two of the same map. Then if I wanted to, I could place a map in that slot and then a glass pane in here, just a clear one, and lock this map so it would never change. But I don't have any glass panes, and there really isn't a need for that, so we're not going to do that. Now, we can go ahead and expand the map by placing a paper here, which is amazing. Way, way, way cheaper, of course, than the whole old expansion thing, and that's where we, I think, are going to start. We will expand this map all the way, and then I think go on a little bit of an exploration adventure. I'd like to see what we have around our base here, and it looks like... Unfortunately, we're right on the edge of the map, so we won't go that way. We'll go... Well, I should sleep first. So, before we explore, we should go through what I'd like to call an exploration checklist. Before you go exploring, you should always bring a bed and some food. You should probably bring some tools as well. I like to carry a water bucket and iron, just because you never know what you'll get into. Bring a map if you want. I definitely do want to. I'd like to fill the map in, or start to. And yeah, it's also a good idea to sleep before you explore, so, if anything bad happens, like, if I were to get killed by those guys, I would spawn back at my base. You should also probably, take note of your base coordinates if you don't have a map or anything like that. But anyways, I think it's exploration time. When I explore, I like to kind of just wander around in clean kind of ways. I don't always do that, but what I mean is, like, go up a little bit and then go over and slowly fill a map in. I also steal all of the wool that I can find from each and every sheep, because another cave noise. The world's haunted, guys, like I said. But I steal the wool because I like to use the wool, and before 1.14, wool was actually kind of hard to get until you had a really, really big farm. There's been some changes to dispensers and automation and all of that, so I don't think it'll be as hard anymore, but I'm still going to steal all of the wool that I find. It's useful, right? Like, it's free building blocks, so why not? Now, I believe our world spawn is somewhere over here, down in this field, but I'm not 100% sure. I remember spawning in episode 1, talking a little bit, punching a tree, and then wandering into the taiga, and then we found the village, and then we kind of went over. So we almost made like a circle, and I guess we're completing the circle now, but I don't think we'll need to go all the way to our old spawn, because I think it's going to be off of the map. I mean, we're already off of the map. I need to stay on the map. So another map thing. If you take a look at this map here, if you are off of the map, your icon will become a square. When you move back onto the map, and that's a lot of sugarcane, you will become a little pointer again. The pointer points the way you are facing. So yep, that's how maps work, and they're pretty straightforward. They're a little different on Bedrock, but yep, it's pretty much the same thing. Now, let's go through the taiga a little bit and try and stay on the map. I don't want to really waste any time and explore off of the map. I'd like to take a little bit of a note of my surroundings around here. Maybe we can find a better village. That village is a little lame, but I'm not too sure. I think we'll kill all of the cows too, because they'll respawn. And also, leather is really good, and food is good too, and yeah. I'm not too sure how long we'll be able to explore for, though, unfortunately, because our food situation just isn't the best, and, I mean, I have coal. I guess I could always stop and cook beef from cows. Yeah, I guess I could do that. That would be really good. So maybe we'll be able to explore for a while, but I don't really want to go too far either. I don't know. I'm an unsure person, obviously. I should probably stop and cut some birch trees down and get some saplings at some point, but looking at my plans, and I actually don't have any plans, but You didn't hear that. But yep, looking at my plans, I'm not stopping right now. I'd like to run around first and stop on my way back, considering how close, the Birch Forest is. One big thing that I'd like to hopefully find is a dark oak forest. I love dark oak wood. I think it looks really, really good for building. And yeah, if we could find a mesa biome too, I would probably explode with happiness. But I kind of doubt it. A desert would be really nice too. So basically, anything is really good. And I never realized the new sunflower texture from the back. That's different. That's really different. I will take that though. So it looks like we have a flower forest over here and more plains to the south. And even more plains to the north. I mean, the plains are good, though, because I like to build in plains biomes. Like I mentioned earlier on, I don't think we'll stay at the mountain forever. Mountains are cool, but there's just too many things that I don't like about them. I'm not a big fan of the color of the grass, like I've talked about. I'm not a big fan of all of the stone, not a big fan of the complex building situation, with the hills and everything, so... we'll probably move sooner or later, and oh man, the chunk loading in 1.14 is weird. Like, I can see that there's a cave down there and everything. It's like, I think it's worse than 1.13, by a lot. Yeah, wow, look at that. That feels a little cheaty. I'm gonna try and not look down when that happens, I guess. And lilacs, cool. Lilacs are my favorite 2-high flower. But I think I've done enough rambling for now, so I plan on running around just for a little bit longer and seeing what we have, and eventually starting to make a circle back towards our base, because it seems like this is all just a big forest and plains biome. But yeah, I will update you guys with anything cool, but so far there's just nothing that cool. Now, when you're exploring and it becomes nighttime, you have one of two options. The first option is, of course, to do nothing and just keep exploring, or your other option, and the option that I usually do, is this. Random bed, just place it down, and then you can sleep once the game lets you. Now, if you break the bed when you wake up, of course, your spawn is set back to the world spawn, which could be really dangerous, or you can just... leave the bed there and make a new bed. If you shear all the sheep on the way, then making a new bed's not a big deal, and you can just kind of leave this one where it is. But I'm not going to make a million beds. I'll bring the bed with me because I think I'll be turning back soon. So far, I've ran through plains and forest and taiga forest, and finally, I've found a new biome. This is the swamp biome. Maybe, if we're lucky, we'll have like a witch farm here or a witch hut, which... I'd like to use to make a witch farm eventually, but I don't really see one anywhere. I don't know if I really want to go into the swamp right now, though, so I think we'll just kind of go along the edge and then turn back soon. Aha! Another new biome. This is a birch forest, tons of birch trees, and this is also where I will stop for a little bit and chop down some birch trees so I can come back with some saplings and actually start using the wood. I'm not a huge fan of birch wood, but it is something that we should probably have. I'd like to eventually, of course, have tree farms for everything, so to do that, we need saplings of everything, so yep, I will take the stuff. And, I really do like the new birch leaf texture for, like, bushes and vines on things, so it's not all bad with birch wood. Not at all. And, while I'm here, I guess it would only make sense, but let's swim into the swamp a little bit and take some of these. Vines are very useful for crafting, nicer looking blocks, so we will take these and consider a farm for the vines back at home soon. One of the only things that I really enjoy about mountain biomes is the exposed ore. I really love how much coal and iron, sometimes iron, but mainly coal, you can find inside of these biomes. Being near or in a mountain biome early game makes ore finding very, very easy. That's really nice. Mushrooms aren't all that useful early game, but they can become really useful later on, so... Ow, my feet. Yeah, but anyways, mushrooms aren't that useful early game, but they are useful later on, so I definitely will take some of those as well. The nice thing about running through, all of this taiga biome is the fact that my food is growing everywhere. So I can just refill my food when it's getting low, and that's exactly what I have been doing. So I can keep exploring, because I'm trying to fill in a good portion of the bottom corner of this map. So I will be backtracking a little bit, to fill in even more stuff. So I think this is where I'm going to turn and go this way. Aha, finally. I like what I see off on the horizon over there. That looks like a lot of sand. Is this going to be a desert or not? Oh, a shipwreck. Aha. I like that. Oh, but I'm full. I guess we'll come back. Alright, well, I haven't found anything else other than that shipwreck, really. I just kind of filled in this bottom corner of the map, but I think it's about time to reconvene over at our base, which isn't too far from here. Okay, so back at home, let's take a look at my loot. I think we should probably start over here at the plant chest, because I have quite a bit of farmable things. We have some lilacs, some roses, of course, sunflowers and peonies as well. These flowers are farmable, so that's probably a good thing that we have those. Vines and birch saplings as well, which is really cool. Quite a bit of sugarcane too in there, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the plant stuff though. Now over to where I'm placing my cow stuff, because we have quite a bit of leather and some raw beef as well. I will get that stuff cooked up very soon for sure. Quite a bit of white wool here, and of course some other colors too. Then I think really aside from all of that, that's just about it. I did pick up quite a bit of ink sacs as well, because I love the black stained glass, which we might start using soon. I have some ideas, and yeah, I think that's just about it though. Not too much of the map filled in, but a fair amount, I would say, at least for now, early game. Now, in terms of the cartography table, I think we've gone over pretty much everything we need to know about this new block. Aside from, of course, showing off the exact locking mechanic, which we will do when that kind of makes sense. Now, I think for now, we'll go ahead and just store, well, I should probably just make an item frame for the map. Maps look really good in frames, so let's do that. We'll go with a frame and say, maybe right here. This makes sense, near the table. So there we go. That's our map for now. It looks a little weird, but that's because we don't have any of that filled in. In between episodes, I have some serious farming that needs to get done. I need to, of course, monitor the wheat and make sure I harvest it, replant and grow it, and, of course, breed the cows. Hopefully, I'll get some of this done off camera. We'll see, though. But I think that just about wraps up episode 4 of the Minecraft Guide. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I plan on next episode going back to that normal early game grind, but I think this was a nice break to explore the 1.14 content. But with all of that being said, my name is Wattles. If you haven't subscribed yet, you should do that. Drop a like for more, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Go have a good one.